Hi, I'm Rachel in the Center for Academic Success, and today I'd like to highlight 3 services that may be of particular interest to you: tutoring, disability services, and peer academic coaching. So let's talk about tutoring first. We tutor in all of the general education required courses, all of the Bethel core courses. So there's probably not a class you're currently in that we don't have a tutor for. We also tutor in many of the courses specific to your major. Our tutors cover about 175 different classes, plus writing, foreign languages, and some of them also tutor in general study skills. 2 ways to make an appointment or get to the tutoring schedule. You can get there through Canvas or you can get there through My Bethel. Let's look at each of those ways. So in Canvas, if you have your laptop pulled up, down the left-hand side of the screen when you're in Canvas, you'll see these icons, the bottom one being a blue question mark. That's the help button. If you click on that, this menu pops up and schedule tutoring will be there. Click on that. From My Bethel, if you're on the home page of My Bethel, hover over the orange student tab and then Learning Commons comes up, click on that. Either one will take you into the tutoring software, and it takes about 30 seconds to make an account. You only have to do it one time, not again. Make sure you're on the tutoring schedule that says Tutoring 2020 to 2021. Some of the other options up there are resume coaching, conference room reservations, study room reservations, and the pilot production studio where I'm currently filming this. You too can reserve this and make your own recordings. So on the tutoring schedule, if I look at this, here's one day, here's the tutors working that day, here's the times, the Learning Commons is open. The dark blue times mean that tutor is working but not at that particular moment in time. The light blue times are times that they are working, but someone else has already taken that appointment. So I'm looking for white appointment times to find a tutor. However, there is a much easier way to do this. Remember at the top, the tutoring schedule? Underneath that is a bar that says Limit To, and there's a down arrow. Click on that, and it's going to show you all the different classes for which we have a tutor. Find the course that you need a tutor for and click on it. So in this case, we did Spanish 162, and now we can only see the 2 people who could help us with Spanish 162. It filtered everyone else out, which is much easier to look at and much easier to find an open time looking at this particular week. So again, I'm looking for a white box to indicate an open appointment time. And one thing you should be aware of is that the default is generally 30 minutes. However, most tutoring appointments are not very effective unless they're closer to an hour. And so you might want to extend that time from 30 minutes to 60 minutes. Let's talk about writing appointments real quick. Many of you are in either College English, Written Com 2 or Written Com 3, which are also known as English 100, 101, 102. That is your best way to find a writing tutor. Even if you're looking for a writing tutor 2 years from now, when you're done with all those classes, it's still going to be your easiest way to quickly identify who is a writing tutor and who is not, is to filter by one of those classes. Keep in mind, writing tutors are great resources for helping you with your APA or your MLA citation. However, I do want to make it clear that writing tutors are not a proofreading service, so you're not going to bring in your paper and hand it to them and get it back marked up in red with everything you need to fix. Tutors are not so much about helping you fix your Oxford commas. They're there to help you with the overall structure and content of your paper, making it more persuasive, making you a better writer, and that will happen through a very collaborative process during your writing appointment. Also be aware that there are group tutoring sessions. As freshmen, you might be interested in Calculus 1, possibly Math for Teachers, Anatomy, and Gen Chem. Those are very popular, and they're a great way to supplement individual sessions or get your feet wet with tutoring if you're a little unsure about trying it. Let's shift gears and talk about disability services. The most common disabilities at Bethel would be ADHD, what used to be known as dyslexia, students recovering from concussions, and severe anxiety disorders. Typically, we mostly work with testing accommodations such as extended time on tests or testing in a quiet place, but there are a lot of other options depending on the disability and the need. If you've always suspected that you have a disability such as ADHD or something, or you've never gotten services for something like ADHD, I would recommend that you meet with me. If you haven't been labeled with it, I can do a screener for you on that or a variety of other types of disabilities. And if further testing is warranted, I can refer you to the Wellness Center for that testing. Either way, please email academicsuccess@betheluniversity.edu to set up an appointment to talk about disability services, if that's something that you feel like you need. The last thing I'd like to discuss with you today is peer academic coaching. So what's the difference between tutoring and peer academic coaching? Well, tutoring is when I go to get help in a specific subject area. So maybe general psychology or anatomy or something like that. But a peer academic coach is someone who meets with you, an upperclassman who meets with you for an hour a week during the fall semester of your freshman year to help you navigate that transition from high school to college, academically speaking. So for a lot of people, what that amounts to is accountability and time management skills and things like that. But for other people, some people didn't have the privilege of going to a high school that prepared them really well for college. So for those people, maybe they need a peer academic coach to help with things like learning how to take notes effectively, or creative ways to study, or test taking strategies and things like that. So if you came to a registration day in the summer at Bethel to sign up for classes, you were given the opportunity at that point to sign up for a peer academic coach, and many of you did so and have already begun meeting with your coaches this week. But we do still have several slots available. So if there's somebody who missed that opportunity and still feels like they would benefit from that and would like that, you still can sign up yet this week as spaces permit. So you would go to betheluniversity.edu, not my Bethel, betheluniversity.edu, and then in the search bar put peer academic coaching. And then you'll see the description come up about peer academic coaching, and there's a spot you can click to fill out the online request for a peer academic coach. So those are three of the services I just wanted to highlight for you today and let you know that the Center for Academic Success is in the lower level of the Miller Moore Academic Center, where many of you have classes, and we would love to be of assistance to you on your college journey.